So we're at 9 fish for the morning, but we're just out here on a big mud flat. It's early in the season. Fish want to come shallow, but we just been zigzagging up and down this flat with these vibes, covering a lot of water, trying to find active fish. It's one of the strongest attributes of this style of lure, whether it's hard or soft. You can make these long bomb casts across these expansive flats and effectively find aggressive fish. This is a really fun way to catch them. You guys can see I'm ripping this Vertrex pretty hard off the bottom, and I'm watching them in real time shoot off the bottom just out of reaction, and my bites are coming usually at the very pinnacle of my sweep as that bait just stalls out for a second, or as I'm throwing a little slack and that Swimtrex is doing its thing and swimming down on the fall. I'm fishing it on a 7+ foot rod, 50-pound braid to a short 23.6-pound fluorocarbon leader, because if you get bit at the end of this cast and at the top, if you try to swing with fluorocarbon or monofilament, you're gonna have way too much stretch. You're not gonna get any penetration. But with this system, if I'm bit there, all I gotta do is wind fast, and that lack of stretch is gonna penetrate those sticky BKK trebles. I can also be completely in tune with this bait. I can tell if there's a little piece of grass on it. I can tell if there's some debris on my hooks. I can tell when it's foul hooked. And most importantly, I can tell when they bite it, just about every time. And this time of year, when you get on these active fish, there's usually no doubt if you're bit or not. It just goes boom. Such a fun way to catch bass. So we got the 1-2 punch rocking and rolling right now. A lot of you guys have probably seen by now the plethora of fish catches we've had here on Clear Lake, California, where lipless crankbaits are king. I mean, it's a culture up here. You can see in these community holes, most often than not, or more often than not, there's somebody throwing a lipless bait. Now, anytime you have a heavily pressured fishery like Clear Lake, and these fish are being subjected to the same lures over and over again because the local culture is so fixated on what they know works, this is a prime opportunity for me to come in, slide into these dudes' backyards, throw them something a little bit different. And in this case, we've got a Swimtrex being fished off the back and a soft Vertrex Swim. When I first came across this bait and read the description as a saltwater applied bait, I immediately saw its potential for impact here on these freshwater fisheries, especially these really pressured ones like Clear Lake, California. And the ability to come in here and fish behind these guys on these community holes with this soft-bodied bait that's quiet has paid dividends. And we're able to actually catch fish that aren't responding to a traditional lipless bait. And the beauty of these two baits, both hard and soft, is that they actually swim on the descent. So our bites are coming at 2 different points in the retrieve. Usually at the very apex of that sweeping motion as you rip that vibe off the bottom and through the grass, because those fish are triggered by that reaction. They follow that bait up on that aggressive rip, and the moment that bait hesitates, they're eating it there. Or this is where these baits really shine. The moment they start to descend and swim, as their names imply, is when we're getting a bulk of our bites. That's something that these other lipless crankbaits aren't doing. It's funny to me that people just can't wrap their heads around their own application of baits that are either designed with a concept in mind, in this case inshore saltwater fishing, and how to apply it to their own unique fisheries, whether it's freshwater or it's moving current. Because I guarantee you, I'm gonna catch all kinds of fish on these Vibes all season long, across the country. Still water, moving water, big lakes, little lakes, streams, rivers, you name it. This is now a staple in my arsenal.